My dear child, there is a storm inside you right now, and it has felt like nothing else you have ever lived through. But what you are calling pain is not punishment. It is the start of something new being born. The enemy could see what was about to come out of you, and because he could not stop it, he tried to confuse you. He wanted you to think you were under attack, when really you were being prepared for something powerful. Through every hard moment, I have been right there with you. I have held your hand through every tear, every sleepless night, every time you felt like giving up. What is growing inside you is not small. It is not just for you. It is for the people who will come after you. It is not only a gift, it is a plan, a path that others will follow. That is why the pressure has felt so heavy. Not because something is broken, but because something good is about to break through. And now, the moment is close. You are standing right at the edge. The thing you have been waiting for, hoping for, and almost gave up on, is about to appear. When it does, every doubt you have ever had will go quiet. You will look back one day and understand that all those hard nights, all those quiet prayers, all those mornings you could barely get out of bed, none of it was wasted. It was all part of getting you ready. And this hard season will not end in loss. It will end in life, real life, full of purpose and energy. So take a deep breath. You are not falling apart. You are stepping into something new. And I am right here with you, holding you steady the whole way. Now let's talk about the people around you. You have spent time with people who never really saw you, who never appreciated what you brought to the table. You stayed loyal even when it cost you more than it gave back. I saw all of that faithfulness, and I also saw how tired it made you. You have asked, quietly, where are the people who understand me the way you do? Today, here is your answer. They are coming. I am bringing people into your life who are not just friendly faces, but real partners for what is ahead. These are not random meetings. These are connections made on purpose, by me. You have had to survive in places where you were only tolerated, not celebrated. That is about to change. I am moving you into spaces where people will see your heart without you having to explain it, where your voice will be respected, not ignored. These new relationships will not feel like hard work. They will feel like coming home. I am not choosing these people based on where you are right now, but based on who you are becoming. I know exactly what you need: people who pray like you, dream like you, and want to see you heal and grow. People who feel happy for you instead of jealous. When these people show up, you will not have to prove yourself to them. You will simply feel it, because something inside them will match something inside you. These new connections are not just for friendship. They are for purpose. When you team up with the right people, things that were stuck will start moving. When you talk with them, new ideas and understanding will flow. When you build something together, it will be supported from above. I am not just sending friends. I am sending a team, people who will lift you higher, not hold you back. I have already removed the people who were only meant to be part of your past. You do not need to chase connection. You need to get ready for things to speed up, and that starts with trust. Trust that I know the right timing. Trust that I am building something that needs partners. And trust that you are exactly enough, just as you are. So do not pull away or hide. Get ready. Because the people I am about to bring into your life are going to surprise you. Because the good things you have been hoping for are already on their way. The things that used to give you life have started to take life from you instead. And I love you far too much to let you keep pouring yourself into things that no longer help you grow. So I am stepping in now, not to take things away from you in a cruel way, but to sort through what is in your life and clear out what does not belong there anymore. This is the season where I remove things that have finished their job, friendships that have run their course, habits that once helped but now hold you back, responsibilities that were never meant to be yours forever. I am not doing this to hurt you. I am doing this to make space for something better. Because what I want to give you needs room to fit. And the only way to make room is to let go of what is taking up space right now. This is not just about cleaning up what is around you. It is about cleaning up what is inside you too. I am helping you let go of old worries, old patterns, and old ways of doing things, so that you can learn how to receive good things again. For a long time you have been the one giving, until you forgot what it feels like to be taken care of. But now, child, this is your season to be filled up. Filled with peace that does not need an explanation, with joy that does not depend on anything happening, with clarity that cuts through the confusion in your mind. I am filling up the empty parts inside you, not because you worked so hard for it, but because you are letting go and trusting me. I want to be gentle but honest with you here. There are some things I am removing from your life that you might feel sad about at first. But I am asking you to trust me. You will not miss what I take away, because I am replacing it with something so much better. The sadness will not last long. In fact, soon you will find yourself breathing easier, sleeping better, and standing taller. Because when I clear out what was draining you, I make room to build up what truly belongs in your life. And what truly belongs in you is not weak. It is strong. It has just been buried under things you were never meant to carry. That ends now. I am cutting away those old ties. You will feel lighter. You will feel bigger, in a good way. And when people notice the change in you and ask what happened, you will simply be able to say, something good cleared out the things that were wearing me down, and now I have room for what was always meant for me. Yes, it may feel like a loss for a moment, but very soon it will feel like freedom, because I am not just clearing space around you. I am giving you back yourself. I just told you that I am clearing out the things that have been wearing you down, so that I can fill you up properly. Now here is a gentle question for you. Would you be willing to let some of that overflow reach other people too? This is not just about being generous. It is something deeper, something meaningful. When you give, even a small amount, to support this message, you are reaching people who really need to hear it. I am already preparing to use whatever you give to help someone else, like food in the desert, like light in a dark room, like oil for a lamp that is running low. There is an old saying, give, and you will receive back even more than you gave, like a cup filled so full it overflows. Do not underestimate even a small gift. Even something small can open the door to something big. So if you feel that gentle nudge inside, do not ignore it. You can give through the options below if you feel led to. And then watch how good things multiply from there. My child, every video on this channel is created with love, faith, and dedication to sharing God's Word. If these messages inspire and encourage you, you can support our mission through the Ko-Fi or PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for being part of this journey. My dear child, I know how painful it has felt to feel invisible, to do the right thing again and again, to show up, to be kind, to be patient, and still feel like your turn never comes. You have celebrated other people's good news, prayed for other people's dreams, been happy when other people got their breakthrough, but deep down, you have asked yourself quietly, when is it going to be my turn? You may have wondered if you were forgotten, or if somehow you did not do enough to deserve good things. But listen carefully now, you were never overlooked. You were being kept safe for something special. What I have prepared for you is not just any ordinary thing. It is something sacred, something important, and important things need the right timing and the right protection. I was not holding you back to punish you. I was protecting you because what is inside you is not meant for just anyone. Not every situation could handle what you carry. Not every group of people would understand your heart. Not every opportunity could support the weight of what you are meant to do. So I kept you a little hidden. Not because you were not good enough, but because you were worth protecting. While others were rushing toward attention, I was quietly working on you behind the scenes. I know it may have felt like rejection at times, but really, it was careful selection. I was building something in you that could only be built in a quiet, private place, not in front of a crowd. I was not delaying your future. I was making it deeper and stronger. Because when the time comes for people to see what you carry, it will not be small. It will not be forced. It will not disappear quickly. It will be something truly good, and people will know, without anyone telling them, that this was meant to happen. Let this comfort you. Your waiting has not been wasted time. While you have been praying quietly, I have been planning carefully. And what is coming will be so perfectly suited for you that even your own doubts will quiet down. The people who did not notice you before will notice now. Not because you tried to prove anything, but because you stayed kind, stayed patient, and stayed true to yourself. So now, things are changing. From feeling overlooked to feeling truly valued. From being kept quiet to being seen. From being hidden to being supported from above. The good season you have been hoping for is here. And it is not just that good things are coming. It is that you are being prepared and equipped for them. You were never forgotten. You were never behind schedule. You were simply being kept ready. And now everything is coming together at the right time. My child, you have lost things in your life that you never expected to lose. I saw all of it. Friendships that just faded away without any real ending. Chances that slipped away after you gave them everything you had. Dreams that felt so close you could almost touch them, only to fall apart suddenly. Life has taken things from you, and not always gently. Sometimes it happens slowly, like water wearing down a stone. Other times it happens suddenly, like something being ripped away. And in those moments, you may have wondered if anyone was watching, if anyone cared. I want you to know, I never looked away. I saw every tear. I remember every sacrifice you made. I held on to every broken piece, even when you could not. And today I want to make you a promise. I am giving it back to you. Not just the same as before, but better. I do not just put things back the way they were. I rebuild them into something even better than they were meant to be. And when I give back what was lost, I give back more than what was taken. I do not just make up for what you lost. I multiply it. What was taken away, I can return with so much more. What was broken, I can rebuild with something beautiful. The hard season of confusion you went through, I am turning that around for you. What life took from your sense of safety, your innocent trust, your courage, I am giving all of that back to you. The years that felt wasted were not actually wasted. They were like seeds planted in the ground, and seeds always grow into something. What you went through with sadness will come back to you as joy, even more joy than you lost. I saw how you kept showing up for others, even while you were hurting inside. I saw how you smiled even while tears were still on your face. I saw how you kept hoping even when hope felt risky. And now, because you stayed faithful through all of that, I am releasing what has been building up for you. Not as a tiny trickle, but as something big like a flood of good things coming back to you, a flood of joy, a flood of surprises that you did not even expect. Let me prepare you for what is coming. When good things start coming back to you, they may come quickly, faster than you expect. You might not even be able to explain how it happened. You will not have to chase it down. It will find you. Good opportunities will find you. Support will find you. Respect will find you. And none of it will feel forced, because it was always meant to be yours. It was just waiting for the right moment to arrive. And child, this is that moment. You are not just getting things back. You are getting more than what was taken. What tried to eat away at you, I am multiplying instead. What pain tried to bury, I am bringing back to life. What loss tried to erase, I am rewriting with something even better. This is your reward, not because you earned it through hard work alone, but because it was always meant to happen this way. So get ready, because what is coming your way is more than enough. My beloved, I remember the times your voice shook with worry, the times your prayers became smaller and quieter, not because you stopped believing, but because life had pressed down on you so hard that it became difficult to speak up. You stopped talking about your dreams out loud. You stopped speaking with confidence. You may have even wondered if your words still mattered. But even in that silence, I was still at work. In that quiet time, I was still writing your story. Your voice did not disappear. It was being shaped and strengthened. I had to take you into a quiet season, not to punish you, but to refine you. Because what I am about to place in your voice needs to be clear and strong, not cluttered. Real, not just performance. And now I am declaring this over you. The silence is ending. Your voice is coming back, stronger than before, with confidence and meaning. And it is going to make a real difference around you. Do not downplay what is inside you. Do not stay quiet just because some people misunderstood your confidence before. Your words carry weight. When you speak with sincerity, things change around you. And I am waking up that confidence in you right now. No more whispering when you are meant to speak clearly. No more hiding when you are meant to share what you know. You have been quiet long enough, and that quiet time was not weakness. It was preparation. I was shaping your voice, sharpening it, so that when it comes out again, it will not just be noise. It will cut through confusion, cut through fear, and cut through lies. You are not just talking again. You are sharing truth. You are creating something new. You are putting good ideas out into the world. There were times it felt like everything was trying to keep you quiet, because what you carry inside is powerful. But that did not work, because your voice was always protected, and now it is being released. And this voice of yours will not just help others, it will help you too. As you start speaking up again, you will feel joy coming back, clear thinking coming back, hope coming back. The fog in your mind will lift, not by trying harder, but by speaking the truth that has been placed in your heart. Your voice will no longer shake with fear. It will stand strong with confidence. It will carry the sound of someone who went through something hard and came out stronger because of it. Do not be afraid of how big your breakthrough might be. Do not apologize for how powerful your story is. You were quiet for a season, but now you are being called to speak again, called to lead, called to bring life back to things that felt dead. This is not about being loud. It is about being real and true. So speak up, child. Sing again. Share your story again, because when you do, everything starts to change. Child, I know how many times you have come close to a breakthrough, only to feel it slip away again. You felt that excitement, that rush of hope, only to watch it fall apart right before it happened. How many times have you said quietly, "I was so close"? How many times have doors that seemed about to open closed instead? Relationships that seemed like they would last ended. Opportunities slipped through your fingers when you were already tired from waiting. You have lived through a pattern of almost healed, almost free, almost there. But I want to tell you clearly that pattern ends now. I am not someone who promises things and then takes them away. I do not tease you with hope. I finish what I start. And this time, child, I am going to finish it for real. This is not a season of frustration anymore. This is a season where things finally come together. All those small pieces, the partial wins, the unfinished stories, the dreams that never quite landed. I am gathering all of them and bringing them together. What looked like nothing happening was actually preparation happening behind the scenes. I was helping you grow stronger while you waited, building patience and trust in you that could only be built through waiting. Because what is coming is too important to arrive before you are ready for it. I did not let it come early, because I wanted it to last for a long time. And now you are standing at the edge again, but this time, the door will not close. The thing you have prayed about, cried about, hoped for, it is going to arrive, not as just another hope, but as something real and lasting. I want you to know something important. You do not need to live in fear of disappointment repeating itself anymore. The pattern of almost will not stop what is happening now. You do not need to brace yourself for letdown anymore. What is coming next in your life is going to stay. It will not start and then stop. It will begin well and end even better. It will last because it is being built on something solid. You are not stepping into wishful thinking. You are stepping into something real. And child, it will not be late. It will not be delayed again. It will arrive, and it will stay, and it will grow. This is your season of things finally coming together. And what once seemed impossible will become your everyday reality. And when people ask how it happened, the only honest answer will be, I really don't know how, it just happened. My beloved, you have been through hard times that most people never even saw. A private struggle. A test that happened behind closed doors. While others saw you smiling, I saw what it really cost you to keep going. You were not being tested as a punishment. You were being prepared. Because what is coming next in your life needs that kind of preparation. I am not just giving you good things. I am giving you confidence and strength. And real strength is not built when life is easy. It is built through difficult times. You were not being broken down. You were being trusted with something important. I chose you for this hard season. I watched over you through every bit of it. I never left your side. And now I am telling you, it is time to come out of that hard season carrying something good. Not the leftover mess of the struggle, but the value gained from going through it. The hard times did not destroy you, because I did not allow that to happen. Instead, they shaped you. They burned away the need to constantly seek other people's approval. And now you come out of it with something more meaningful than recognition. You come out with quiet confidence. The kind of confidence that actually makes a difference around you. The kind that does not come from a stage, but from a steady inner strength. And I am telling you now, what you carried privately, I am about to let show in your life publicly. Not for attention, but to help others. You have carried pain quietly, and now I am trusting you with strength, not to control others, but to help free them. You will speak, and things will shift. You will pray, and burdens will lift. You will take action, and good things will follow, because you did not just get through that hard time. You let it change you for the better. And let me be clear, this strength is not just for a moment. It is something that stays with you. I am placing something on you now that will not fade away. Something that feels meaningful but does not weigh you down. You will feel it when you speak. When you walk into a room. When you connect with someone. They may not always understand exactly what changed, but they will feel that something is different. That is the result of going through the fire and coming out stronger. And child, you went through that fire well. You did not give up. You did not become bitter through the process. You kept going even when it cost you a lot. And now you are being rewarded in a way that others may not even see clearly. But you will feel it. You might still feel some soreness from what you went through, but that soreness will soon turn into something good, like a story you can share to help others. You are not just carrying the memory of pain anymore. You are carrying something powerful that can help change things. And from here, things are going to look different. My child, you have wondered why your name did not come up when others were being recognized. Why, even though you worked hard, did your best, and cared deeply, it felt like others got noticed and you got skipped. You watched other people get opportunities while your name stayed quiet. You may have wondered, did everyone forget about me? But I am telling you today, I have not forgotten you. I have been keeping you safe for the right moment. Your name was never meant to be thrown around carelessly in places too small for what you are capable of. Your name was never meant to get lost in popularity contests or watered down in places that could not appreciate what you bring. I did not keep your name quiet to punish you. I kept it quiet to protect it, because your name carries something valuable, not fame, not attention for its own sake, but real purpose. And when your name gets recognized at the right time, it will not just be for show. It will open doors and create opportunities. When your name gets mentioned by the right people, it is not just to make you feel good. It is to unlock new possibilities. I kept your name away from situations that would have used you up. I kept it away from people who would have taken advantage of you. I held on to your name until it could be spoken about with real respect. And now, your name is becoming known, not quietly or vaguely, but clearly in the places that actually matter, in rooms where important decisions are made, among people who can open real doors for you. You will not have to force this to happen. You will not have to constantly promote yourself for it. You will not have to beg for attention. It is simply going to happen. And here is something important to understand. When your name is mentioned in these new circles, it has the power to remove delays and unlock new opportunities. You are not being noticed just for popularity. You are being recognized for the right reasons, at the right time. People with real influence will start to know your name. But it will be clear that something bigger than just networking made it happen. You will not even be able to take all the credit, because it will be obvious that good timing and good circumstances played a big part in it. So, do not rush around trying to force things to happen. Do not try to manufacture opportunities. Just keep doing the right things quietly and consistently. Because when the recognition comes, and it is coming, you will find yourself in places you never expected, invited into situations you never imagined, trusted with things you never had to fight for. And in all of it, you will know deep down, I was remembered, and when my name came up, everything started to change. Oh, my beloved, there are things you have gone through that just did not make sense. Pain that came out of nowhere. Losses that felt like betrayal. Seasons that felt unfair. Not because you did anything wrong, but because you were trying to do the right thing. You followed your heart. You trusted the process. You said yes when it would have been easier to say no. And still, hard times came. Things fell apart. Doors closed. And somewhere in the middle of all that pain, a question grew inside you. Why did this happen? I have let you sit with that question for a while, not to leave you struggling, but to meet you right there in that question. Because now, in this moment, I want to help that pain make sense to you. You did not suffer for nothing. You were not broken down without reason. The things you went through were not meant to ruin your future. They were meant to shape it. And now I am taking that very pain, that very experience, and turning it into something useful, not just for you, but for other people too. My child, we are committed to spreading hope, faith, and the message of Jesus Christ to people around the world. If you would like to help us continue this work, please visit our Ko-Fi or PayPal links below. Your kindness means more than words can express. I am turning your hard times into a story that can help others, your struggles into clarity, your difficult history into a source of healing for someone else. The places where you cried the most can become the places where you help others the most. The depth of what you went through has created a depth of understanding and compassion in you. You are not speaking from theory anymore. You are speaking from real experience, because you went through it. And because of that, you now carry something that can genuinely help others break free from similar struggles. Watch how this unfolds. Watch how the very things that once felt like they would silence you become part of your comeback story. Watch how the memories you wanted to forget become the very things that help free someone else. Your story is meaningful, not perfect, not polished up to look better than it was, just real and meaningful. And because you did not turn away from your beliefs during the hard times, because you kept coming back even when it hurt, what was bitter is now becoming something that can actually help and heal others. You will start to feel that sense of things coming full circle. You will start to see the purpose in it. And you will be someone who can genuinely help others, not because you avoided the hard times, but because you went through them and came out the other side with something to offer. So do not hide what you went through anymore. Let this story finish, because what once made you cry can now help bring freedom to someone else. Child, so much of your life has felt hidden, not because of shame, but because of quiet timing. You have carried dreams inside you like treasures, buried under layers of time. You have walked through periods where you felt overlooked, like a seed that fell into a small gap, unnoticed by anyone, and you may have started to wonder if maybe you were meant to just stay there, in the between, in the waiting, between starting something and actually arriving at it. But I want to tell you clearly, you were never forgotten. You were being protected, prepared, and kept safe from situations that would have been too much too soon. You were hidden, not to be ignored, but to be revealed at the right time, in the right way, with the right impact. And child, that time is now. You are not just turning a new page. You are stepping into a moment that has been building for a long time. There is a kind of unveiling happening right now, not about how you look or appear to others, but about who you really are. Not for attention, but for purpose. I am removing every false idea that the world tried to put on you. Things like too quiet, too much, too intense, too late. And I am calling you what you really are: chosen, capable, prepared, and aligned with what is meant for you. You are not stepping into this next chapter feeling confused. You are stepping into it with clarity. Your story is no longer scattered pieces. The dots are connecting. The path is becoming clear. And what once made no sense will suddenly start to make sense, like pieces of a puzzle finally coming together. I am removing the things that have kept you hidden. And now I am introducing you, in the fullest sense of who you really are. And listen, this change will not be loud or flashy, but it will be steady and real. It will not look like hype. It will look like something genuine breaking through, after a long wait. And when this change starts happening, as it already is, do not shrink back. Do not feel like you need to apologize for the good things coming your way. You have stayed faithful through difficult times. You have remained patient through unclear seasons. You have trusted the process even when it made no sense. And now, it is time to step forward. No more holding back. No more waiting for permission to be who you really are. This is your moment of becoming visible in the right way, and it will not stop with just you. When you step forward into who you really are, it will inspire others to do the same. You will become someone others can look to, someone whose story wakes up dreams in other people, someone whose presence brings clarity to others who are confused. Because when this change happens in your life, it is not just about you. It is about what it can mean for everyone around you too. Beloved, listen closely. You have felt it, that quiet sense inside you that something is changing, even though you cannot quite see it yet with your eyes. It feels like something has been holding things back, like you are standing in front of a door that just will not open yet. And in your heart you have asked, what else needs to happen before I finally see the change I have been hoping for? Today, I want to answer you directly. The final delays are ending now. Not because of anything you forced to happen, but because the timing is finally right. I let things pause, not to frustrate you, but to time things correctly. And that time has arrived. What felt stuck was actually just being prepared. And now everything is ready to move forward. The waiting is over. Things are starting to speed up. You will feel it, not as chaos, but as clarity. Not as pressure, but as forward movement. You may suddenly find that things start lining up without much effort on your part. Messages get sent, doors open, opportunities show up, and good things start flowing toward you. This will not feel like you are forcing things to happen through hard work alone. It will feel more natural, like things are simply falling into place. Because when things speed up in a good way, it is not just about speed for its own sake. It is about things finally coming together the way they were meant to. And child, I have seen all the years that felt lost to you. I have seen the time you spent feeling sad about missed opportunities. And I am not just making up for that time. I am giving you back even more than what felt lost. What might have taken years could now happen in just months. What once seemed impossible now seems easy, not because the situation changed, but because the timing finally aligned. You are not behind. You are exactly on time. And this is the moment where things that felt delayed start to come together quickly. But I do want to say this gently. Do not resist when things start moving quickly. Do not let self-doubt slow things down. Do not let your past hold back what is happening now. When things start to move faster, you will need to move with confidence, but not anxiety. Say yes, even when it feels bigger than you expected. Believe, even when old doubts try to creep back in. I am not asking you to force anything to happen. I am simply asking you to move forward with what is already in motion, because the final obstacles are clearing, even the ones you did not realize were still there. Invisible barriers are breaking down, and what felt delayed is now arriving. You do not need to push the door open. It is already opening on its own. You do not need to wait for more confirmation. This is your confirmation. The way forward is clear. Good things are aligning in your favor. And you, my child, are stepping into a season where things finally start moving in the right direction after a long time of waiting. Yes, child, this message is meant for you personally. The good news that has been spoken over your life, the breakthroughs that have been promised, the future that has been shared with you, none of this is just floating out there for someone else. It is meant to come through you. This is not just a story of hope written for you somewhere out there. It is a story of hope placed inside you. You are not just someone watching from the sidelines. You are not just waiting for someone else's good news to happen around you. You are someone who carries something meaningful, a voice that can bring encouragement to others, proof that things can really change, a living example of what good things look like when they happen. And I need you to start seeing yourself the way I see you, capable, prepared, and meant for something good. You did not go through everything you have been through for no reason. Every hard time, every delay, every difficult win was not just for your own healing. It was also preparing you for what comes next. You now carry something inside you that you did not have before, and that is something meaningful. It is not just the memory of getting through hard times. It represents real strength built from real experience. And this was not just given to you so you could keep it to yourself. It was given to you because you are meant to share it with families that need encouragement, with environments that need positivity, with people who need to hear some good news. You will not have to pretend to be someone you are not. You will not have to put on a show. You will simply have to be yourself, the version of yourself shaped by everything you have been through. And the encouragement will flow naturally from that. And here is something important to understand. This message is not just for big stages or formal settings. It is for every part of your everyday life. The encouragement will come through in how you speak to people on the phone, in how you carry yourself when you walk into a room, in your quiet moments, in your conversations. Because you are not just delivering a message, you are living it. And that living example is powerful. It represents hope, joy, freedom, and strength. And you have been given the chance to share that with others. Not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Not because you have never struggled, but because you keep showing up. And now you are being sent out, not with nothing, but full of insight, full of meaningful experience, full of something real to offer. So go forward, child. Not with fear, but with confidence. Not with doubt, but with purpose. You carry good news, not just as an idea, but as something real that you have lived through. And everywhere you go, you have the chance to bring hope, encourage others, and help break down barriers. Because the message is not just good. The message is that you have something valuable to offer. And you have been given the chance to share it. I just told you that you have something valuable to share. Something that can really help others. Now here is a simple way you can take action on that. You have received this message. Now you can become someone who helps spread hope to others. By supporting this channel through a small gift, like a super thanks or another option below. When you do this, you become part of something bigger than yourself. There is an old saying that those who give with a generous heart often find good things coming back to them in unexpected ways. I believe that can be true for you too. There is something meaningful about giving, even something small. So if you feel that gentle nudge, do not just scroll past this moment. Consider giving, because it can be the start of something good, both for you and for someone else who needs to hear this message. Before you move on, take a moment to pause. This is not just something to watch passively. It is a moment worth reflecting on. If this message has meant something to you, consider sharing that. You can leave a comment below saying something like, "This message reached me today, and I'm grateful for it." This is not just for show. It is a way of marking this moment as meaningful to you. A kind of personal note to yourself about where you are right now. Do not let this moment pass without some kind of response. Engaging with it, even in a small way, can help reinforce the positive feelings this message brought up. Now stay here for just a bit longer. Do not rush off yet. The moment you took that small action, something shifted, even if just within yourself. What you just acknowledged has already started to settle in. So before you move on to the next thing, I want you to take in what comes next. Because the message you just connected with is about to speak directly to something deeper inside you. Take a breath for a moment. Let the noise of your day quiet down a little. There is something here for you. Something good that deserves your attention right now. This is not about your to-do list or the things demanding your time. This is about something deeper, something at the core of who you are. Listen closely. I see you. I see how you carry the weight of yesterday's mistakes. That thing you said or did last week that you keep replaying in your mind. feeling the sting of it as if it just happened. I see the way shame tries to wrap around you, like a heavy coat you cannot seem to take off. You might feel like you have to work hard to make up for past mistakes, like you owe something because of them. But here is something important. That heaviness does not have to define you. The past does not have to control how you feel about yourself today. Every mistake, every regret, every moment you wish you could take back, none of that has to define who you are now or who you can become. This sense of being forgiven and starting fresh is not just for who you used to be. It is for who you are right now and who you will be tomorrow. I understand the fear too, that quiet worry that says, what if I mess up again? What if I make the same mistake tomorrow? Here is something to hold on to. Growth is not about being perfect. It is bigger than any single mistake, past, present, or future. It is bigger than your biggest failure. Every misstep, the ones you remember clearly and the ones you have already forgotten, can be left behind. Think about how far east is from west, a distance so big it cannot really be measured. That is how completely you can leave the past behind, if you choose to. Because of this, that inner voice of criticism does not get to have power over you anymore. I know you hear it sometimes. It tells you that you are not good enough, that you are somehow fake, that you will always be defined by your worst moments. But that voice does not get the final say. The truth speaks life. The truth speaks freedom. And here is the truth. There is no need to carry guilt that holds you back. When people who care about you look at you, they do not see someone to put up with. They see someone valuable. Mistakes do not have to be held against you forever. That heavy record can be set down and left behind for good. So here is something simple but powerful. Choose to walk forward as someone who is not weighed down by the past, starting right now. When you get up from this moment, walk into your kitchen, your workplace, that difficult conversation with family, not with your head down in shame, but with quiet confidence. The confidence of someone who knows they are valued and that their story is not over. This is not just something to hope for someday. This is something you can start living right now. Take it in. Breathe it in. You get to move forward. Beloved child, this ministry exists to bring encouragement, prayer, and God's truth to every heart that needs it. You can stand with us through the Ko-Fi or PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. May God bless you abundantly for your love and support. My beloved, I want to gently talk to you about loneliness. That feeling that creeps in even when you are surrounded by people. I see you in a crowded room, feeling completely alone inside. I hear the heavy silence after you hang up the phone, that ache of feeling disconnected. I am with you in those late nights, when you are the only one awake, your mind full of worries. In those moments, you might feel unseen, like you are facing everything completely by yourself. The tough decision at work, the tension at home, the worry about what is coming next. It might feel like you are walking through all of this completely alone. But that feeling, while very real, is not the whole truth. The truth is, you have never truly been alone, not for one moment. There is something present with you, supporting you, even when you cannot feel it directly. This presence is with you in the most ordinary parts of your day. When you are driving somewhere, when you are standing in line at the store, when you are doing something simple and routine, there is a quiet support around you, even if you cannot always sense it. In your hardest moments, the grief after a loss, the disappointment after a setback, the fear when you get bad news, that support is there too. And in your best moments, the joy of success, the excitement of good news, that same quiet support is there as well. It is not something that only shows up during good times. It is something steady, present in all kinds of days. So try not to let the fear of facing tomorrow alone take too much space in your heart. When you walk into something intimidating, that quiet strength goes with you. When you face a hard conversation, you can draw on calm and clarity. When you feel overwhelmed by responsibilities, there is strength available to you that goes beyond just your own effort. This is something that does not just walk beside you. It can feel like it dwells within you too, like an inner sense of comfort when you are hurting, guidance when you are confused, a steady companion who understands you. You are never truly hidden or alone in your struggles. Right now, take a moment. Breathe in. Feel the air fill your lungs. That simple act is a reminder of being alive, of being present, of being supported. Feel the ground beneath your feet, solid and steady. You are not alone. You have never truly been alone, and that is something you can hold on to. Now, let's talk about who you really are. I hear the questions you sometimes ask yourself in quiet moments. You look in the mirror and see things you wish were different. Maybe your appearance, your energy levels, things about getting older. You look at your life and notice things you have not accomplished yet, dreams that have faded a little. You see other people's lives online and feel a wave of, "I'm not doing enough," wash over you. The world is constantly trying to label you by your job, your income, your relationship status, your achievements, and especially your failures or shortcomings. And maybe you have started to believe some of those labels, that you are only as good as what you do, what you have, or what you have gotten wrong in the past. But here is something important. Those labels do not have to define you. You are not just a random collection of traits and circumstances. You were shaped with intention, with care, for a purpose. Every part of you, your strengths, your quirks, even the things the world might see as weaknesses, those things make you who you are, and they matter. Your worth is not something that goes up and down, based on other people's opinions, or your own performance on any given day. It is something steady and unchanging. Because of this, you get to think of yourself as someone who is growing and changing, not stuck in old patterns or old versions of yourself. The old version of you, defined by past mistakes or struggles, does not have to be who you are now. Something new can emerge, a more whole version of yourself, shaped by everything you have been through, but not limited by it. So here is an invitation. Try letting go of labels the world has placed on you that feel limiting or untrue. When you feel like a failure, remind yourself that mistakes do not define your whole story. When you feel alone, remind yourself that you belong somewhere, to someone, to some community. When you feel weak, remember that strength can come in many forms, including the quiet strength of getting back up. When you feel lost, remember that being found again is always possible. Your true identity is not just about what you have done. It is about who you are becoming. And that can be something solid, something you can stand on. This is who you really are. Try to walk in that, my child. I see the busy thoughts in your mind. I see the thoughts that race late at night, that constant loop of worries that steal your rest. The what-ifs that haunt you. What if I lose my job? What if my family struggles? What if I get sick? What if I fail? This constant effort to keep everything together can leave you feeling exhausted, with a knot of anxiety sitting in your stomach that follows you through the day. You long for some quiet. You long for some calm. Here is something I want to offer you today, a kind of exchange. Trading anxious thoughts for a deeper sense of peace. This is not the kind of peace that just depends on everything going well. The world's version of peace is often temporary, just a brief break from chaos, a momentary distraction. But this deeper peace is different. It is a steady calm for your heart and mind that can exist even in the middle of life's storms. Think of it like an anchor for a ship. An anchor does not stop the waves or the wind, but it keeps the ship steady, so it does not get smashed against the rocks. This kind of peace will not necessarily remove all your problems right away, but it can help you feel steady in the middle of them, keeping your heart from being completely overwhelmed by what is happening around you. So how do you find this kind of peace? Try setting down your worries, one at a time, like physically putting them down somewhere. That worry about money, picture setting it down. That fear about an upcoming conversation, set it down too. That tension in your family, lay it down as well. You were never meant to carry all of these things by yourself all the time. As you practice letting go of some of these worries, even just a little bit, you may notice a sense of calm start to settle in, like something standing guard over your heart and mind, gently keeping anxiety and fear from taking over completely. This sense of calm is something you can return to again and again. It is not something you have to force or achieve through hard work. It is something you can simply allow yourself to receive. Let go of the need to control every single outcome. Trust that things have a way of working out, even when you cannot see how yet, and find some rest for your mind and heart. This is something you can choose today. Do you really know deep down that you are loved? You may have heard that idea before, but here is something deeper to consider: love that is real and lasting. The kind that does not depend on you being perfect or always getting things right. Human relationships are often based on conditions, even if we do not realize it. You may have felt loved for what you could do, for how you made others feel, and you may have noticed that love fade when you did not meet expectations. And maybe, without realizing it, you carry that same fear into how you think about being loved in a bigger sense. Like you have to earn it. Like one big mistake could change everything. Here is something to consider instead: real love is not about earning it through performance. It is simply there, consistent, not dependent on you being flawless. This kind of love existed before you were even fully formed. It is there for you at your best, and it remains even when you are not at your best. This kind of love is not a reaction to how good you are. It is just there, steady, regardless. And nothing has to separate you from this kind of love. Not your troubles or hardships. Not your fears about today or worries about tomorrow. Not mistakes from the past or stumbles yet to come. Not your highest successes or your lowest moments. This kind of love is one of the most steady, unchanging things you can hold on to. You are valuable, deeply valuable, simply as you are. This means you matter, you are worth caring about, and you deserve to feel protected and cared for. So instead of trying to earn something that is already there for you, instead of constantly striving and worrying about losing it, what if you simply allowed yourself to rest in that sense of being valued? Let it settle into you, help you heal, help you feel held. This sense of being loved can be like a safe place, something steady that you can return to again and again. It is yours. There is so much more I want to share with you about the purpose I believe is woven into your life. Do you ever look at your daily routine and wonder if it really matters? Work, chores, family responsibilities, and you feel like maybe your life is small or insignificant. You see other people who seem to have a bigger stage, a louder voice, a bigger impact, and you feel overlooked, like your life is just a small detail in a much bigger story. Here is something important. My child, you were not created by accident. Your life has meaning, and it is part of something bigger than you may realize, even in the small, everyday moments. Before things even started, there were good things prepared for you to do, purpose woven into who you are. Look at your hands, your mind, your heart. The skills and interests you have were given to you for a reason. The passion you feel for certain things, the natural abilities you have in certain areas, The compassion you feel for certain people or causes, these are not random. They are tools you can use to make a positive difference right where you are. Your purpose is not necessarily some far-off, mysterious calling you need to go searching for. Often, it is found in how you handle the everyday tasks right in front of you. Purpose can be found in being someone of integrity at work. It can be found in raising children with love and patience. It can be found in showing kindness to a difficult neighbor. It can be found in using your skills to help others, even in small ways. Do not look down on these small things. The world may not always notice quiet faithfulness, but it matters, and it builds toward bigger things over time. Your life story, with all its ups and downs, its successes and its broken pieces, can be a powerful example to others of resilience and growth. All of it can come together to show something good to the people around you. So here is an invitation. Step into the purpose that feels right for you. With courage and confidence, embrace who you are. Use the gifts you have been given. Take care of the responsibilities in front of you. Try not to compare your journey to someone else's. Your path is unique and it matters. Your life matters deeply, both to you and to the people around you. This is your purpose. Try to walk in it. I see you, my precious one, awake in the quiet hours of the night. It is not peace that keeps you awake, but numbers. Numbers on bills, numbers in a bank account, the overwhelming math of feeling like there is not enough. I see the worry on your face as you think about providing for your family, about the rising cost of living, about how secure your job really is. That knot in your stomach, that fear of not having enough, is a heavy thing to carry. You look around, and it can feel like the message everywhere is that you have to push, struggle, and worry your way into security. You see others who seem to have more than enough, and you might quietly wonder, has everyone else figured something out that I haven't? Here is something to consider as an answer to that quiet worry, a truth that can help quiet some of that fear, even in uncertain times. Things have a way of working out, often in ways we do not expect. Think about it like having someone looking out for you, someone who knows what you truly need, even before you ask. Someone who notices the small details, food on the table, a place to live, basic needs being met. These things are not insignificant. But beyond that, there is also support for things like strength when you feel weak, clarity when you feel confused, and calm when you feel afraid. Consider for a moment the flowers in a field. They do not work hard or worry, yet they are beautiful in their own simple way. Consider small birds. They do not stockpile food for the future, yet they generally find what they need. Now think about yourself. You matter more than these things. If care and provision can be found even in small, simple parts of nature, how much more can it be true for you, someone with so much more depth and complexity? A lot of anxiety comes from feeling like everything rests entirely on your own shoulders, like you have to figure everything out and make everything happen through sheer effort alone. But that is not entirely true. There is a bigger picture at play, and you do not have to carry all of it alone. This is why it can help to focus first on what matters most: your values, your relationships, your sense of purpose, and trust that the smaller, practical details have a way of falling into place over time. Food, basic needs, these things tend to work out, even if not always in the exact way or timing you expect. This is not magic, but it can feel that way sometimes, when things come together in unexpected ways. Trust that there is support available to you, even in uncertain times. It is not just something to hope for. It can become something you experience. You are so tired, my child. I can sense it deeply. You are tired of having to seem strong all the time. Tired of pretending everything is under control. The world often expects strength, confidence, and capability from people, So you put on a brave face. You push through exhaustion, all while a quiet voice inside might whisper that you are not really managing as well as you appear to be, that you are just one hard day away from feeling completely overwhelmed. You might look at your own weaknesses, your impatience, your fears, your physical limits, your emotional sensitivity, and see them as flaws, things to hide or push past through sheer willpower. But here is something that might shift how you see this: your weaknesses are not necessarily things to be ashamed of. In some ways, they can actually open the door to growth and support from others. When you are honest about your limits, it can actually create space for help, connection, and growth that would not happen if you tried to do everything entirely on your own. As long as you rely only on your own limited energy and effort, you can only achieve so much. But when you acknowledge that you cannot do everything alone, when you admit, "I can't do this by myself," that is often when real support and growth can step in, things that go beyond what individual effort alone could achieve. Your limitations are not necessarily a wall. They can be an opening for something more. This is part of why, sometimes, admitting weakness can actually become a kind of strength. It is a bit of a paradox. Recognizing your limits can become the foundation for finding real support and resilience. This kind of support is more than just encouragement. It is like fuel for getting through difficult tasks. You do not need to try harder and harder on your own. You can lean into support, rest, and connection more fully. Try not to rely only on your own understanding and your own strength all the time. That can feel like trying to build something on shifting ground. Instead, lean on things that are more steady and reliable: supportive relationships, healthy habits, sources of encouragement that do not run out. With that kind of support, you can handle more than you might think. This does not mean you will never face challenges again. It means that in every challenge, there can be access to support that helps you endure and get through it. That difficult project, that challenging relationship, that long season of difficulty. You can face it not just by gritting your teeth and pushing through alone, but with support that helps lift some of that weight. Try letting go of the idea that you always have to appear strong on your own. Embrace your limits as something normal and human. Trade some of that exhaustion for renewed energy through rest and support. When you do, you might notice something shift. You might find yourself not just pushing through, but actually feeling lighter, more capable, more able to handle what comes your way. The pain of your present moment can feel very loud, can't it? It demands your attention. Disappointment can feel like a physical ache. Grief can feel like a heavy fog that makes it hard to see what is ahead. When you are in the middle of difficulty like this, the future can feel either scary or completely unclear. You might look at your circumstances and feel like, this is it. This is just how things are going to be. It's not going to get better. The pain of the past and worry about the future can sometimes combine to make the present feel really heavy. But here is something important to hold on to. The difficult chapter you are in right now is not necessarily the final chapter of your story. Often, when people look back later, they find that even hard chapters were not pointless, that they led somewhere, that things did eventually shift and change. Let that thought settle in for a moment. Even when things feel uncertain, even when circumstances seem discouraging, there is often more going on beneath the surface than what is visible right now. Your future is not necessarily a random, chaotic mess. It can still be shaped by choices, growth, and even unexpected positive turns, things that are not fully visible yet, but are still possible. Nothing that has happened, and nothing that has been done, has to completely determine what comes next. Your future can still hold good things, things that, looking back from a better moment, might make even really hard times feel like they were worth getting through, even if that is hard to imagine right now. This is part of why hope matters, even in hard times. Hope is not about pretending everything is fine. It is more like an anchor, something steady to hold on to in the middle of a storm, even while the storm is still happening. It is not just wishful thinking. It can be a grounded sense that things have a way of shifting over time, based on patterns we have seen before, even if we cannot predict exactly how or when. Your current pain does not have to be meaningless. In some strange way, going through hard things can actually shape you, build resilience, deepen empathy, and strengthen parts of you that will matter later. Just like how a difficult process can sometimes lead to something new and good on the other side, your current struggles might be building something in you that will matter down the road. So, if you can, try to lift your eyes a little from the immediate pain and look forward, even if just a little bit, with some sense of possibility. Do not just wait passively for things to get better. Try to hold on to a sense that better days can come, based on trust that things tend to shift over time. You may not know exactly how your story unfolds from here, but there is often more good ahead than it might feel like right now. Things can get better than they currently seem. I know you feel like there is a battle going on inside you sometimes. There might be negative voices, in your own head or from outside, that try to convince you that you are not good enough, that past mistakes define you, that you are somehow alone in your struggles. There might be old patterns or habits that feel hard to break, cycles that bring on feelings of shame. There might be a heaviness, a sense of fear or discouragement that tries to take away your sense of hope and motivation. You feel this struggle. It can leave you feeling drained, discouraged, and sometimes like you are losing more than you are winning. But here is something to hold on to. Difficult battles do not have to define the whole story. Sometimes, the hardest part of a struggle is recognizing it for what it is, and that recognition itself is a kind of turning point. This is not necessarily a battle you have to win through sheer force alone. Sometimes, real change happens through small, consistent shifts rather than big dramatic wins. The negative voices and patterns, while they can feel very strong and very real, do not have to have the final say. This can change how you approach things. Instead of feeling like you constantly have to fight just to get by, you can start to feel like you are building on progress that is already there, even if it is small progress. You are not stuck in a desperate struggle with no ground to stand on. You can be someone who is gradually reclaiming ground that matters to you. This is part of why, even when negative thoughts or feelings come up, you do not have to feel like you are starting from zero every time. You can hold on to positive truths when negative thoughts arise. You can lean on supportive relationships and positive reminders when doubt creeps in. You can use positive self-talk and encouragement as tools against negativity. This kind of resistance is not about forcing yourself through sheer willpower alone. It is about leaning into things that genuinely help: support systems, healthy habits, encouraging reminders. There is a hopeful idea here. Many difficulties that feel overwhelming do not actually have to permanently win out. Negative patterns can be challenged. Difficult thoughts can be questioned. Hard habits can shift over time, even if it takes effort and support to get there. You, my child, do not have to see yourself as someone who is just barely getting by. You can be someone who is actively working towards something better, even in small steps. Stand a little taller. Progress is possible, even from where you are right now. I have just shared some encouraging thoughts about resilience and the possibility of overcoming difficulties. It would feel like a shame to stop here, just as we are getting into some of the more meaningful parts of this. So let's continue, because there is more I want to share with you about finding real freedom and peace. Beloved child, if these messages have brought peace to your heart, strengthened your faith, or reminded you of God's love, please consider supporting this ministry through the Ko-Fi or PayPal links below. Together, we can continue sharing hope and God's word with countless souls around the world. My child, your heart is hurting. That pain can feel like a physical weight, a pressure that makes it hard to breathe sometimes. The world often offers quick fixes for pain. Distract yourself, numb it, just get over it. But grief is not really something to be cured quickly. It is more like something to be walked through, gradually over time. And here is something important. You do not have to walk through it completely alone. In your deepest sorrow, in your most difficult heartbreak, there can be a sense of support that feels closer than ever before. Not something distant waiting for you to pull yourself together on your own, but something that can feel present with you, right in the middle of the sorrow itself. This kind of comfort is not just empty words or platitudes. It can feel like a real presence, something that surrounds and supports you even when you feel like you cannot stand on your own. There is comfort available for those who are brokenhearted, support for those who feel crushed by what has happened. When your heart feels shattered by loss or by being hurt by someone, there can be a sense of slowly gathering up the pieces, gently, over time. When your spirit feels crushed under disappointment, there can be a sense of new energy slowly returning, little by little. You might feel like no one could truly understand the depth of what you are going through. But know this, your feelings are valid, and they matter. Every difficult moment, every private tear, all of it is acknowledged, even if it feels invisible to others. Nothing about your pain is dismissed or unimportant. This is part of why it is okay, even healthy, to allow yourself to grieve, to really feel the weight of a loss. Grieving is not a sign of weakness. It can actually be a sign of how much something or someone mattered to you, and allowing yourself to truly feel that loss can create space for healing to happen over time. Try not to rush this process. Try not to let anyone, including yourself, tell you that you should be over it by some arbitrary timeline. Difficult nights can feel very long, very dark, very heavy. But mornings do come, eventually. This is something that tends to be true over time, even when it is hard to believe in the moment. The heaviness of a difficult night does not last forever, even if it feels endless while you are in it. Until that sense of morning comes, allow yourself to lean into whatever support feels comforting, whether that is rest, connection with others, quiet reflection, or simply allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judgment. Try not to force yourself to be strong all the time. Try not to hold everything in constantly. Sometimes it helps just to be still for a moment, to let yourself be supported in whatever way that looks like for you. You do not have to carry this completely alone. There can be support even in the hardest moments. My child, I know how it can feel sometimes when you try to express what is going on inside you, when you put your thoughts and feelings out there, into conversation, into writing, into prayer if that is part of your life, and it can feel like silence on the other end. You might wonder if anyone is really listening. You might feel like you are bothering people with things that seem small in the bigger picture. You might express something, hope for some kind of response, and when it does not come right away, or in the way you expected, you might think, does anyone even care? Here is something that might help quiet that doubt a little. Being heard and understood is something that matters, and your feelings and experiences are valid, even the ones that feel small. Nothing about what you are going through is unimportant, just because it might seem minor compared to bigger issues in the world. There is value in having a sense of connection, a sense that you can express things openly, without needing to go through complicated steps to be heard. Think about how, in some situations, to get access to someone important, you might need an appointment or have to go through various people first. But in many supportive relationships, real connection does not require that kind of formality. It can be more direct, more open, available in everyday moments. This is part of why it can help to allow yourself to be open and honest with yourself, with people you trust, or in whatever way feels right for you. Your bed, your car, wherever, expressing what is on your mind and heart can be valuable, even if it does not always lead to an immediate, clear response. There are also times when things feel too heavy or too confusing to even put into words. You might just feel a heaviness, a sigh, a wordless ache inside. Those feelings matter too, even when you cannot articulate them clearly. Sometimes, just allowing yourself to feel something, even without words, is itself a form of processing and expression. The pressure to find exactly the right words is not as important as it might feel. What matters more is the act of expressing, in whatever way feels natural to you. Whether it is through clear words, or through simply sitting with a feeling, both are valid ways of processing what you are going through. So, whatever is on your mind, the big worries that keep you up at night, and the smaller frustrations of daily life, all of it matters. None of it is too big to be overwhelming for the support available to you, and none of it is too small to matter. Expressing yourself, in whatever way that looks like, is not pointless. It can be a meaningful part of working through what you are experiencing, even if change does not happen instantly. Just as expressing yourself can be meaningful, taking action to help others can also create a kind of positive ripple effect. If you feel moved to support this content in some way, through a super thanks, a comment, or another option below, that can be one way of contributing to something that might help someone else who needs encouragement too. Supporting things that resonate with you is not just a transaction. It can be a way of helping pass along something meaningful to others. There is an idea that giving, in whatever form, often comes back around in unexpected ways. So if you feel that gentle nudge to engage further, whether by leaving a comment, sharing this, or supporting it in some way, consider following that instinct. It does not have to be complicated. Let's talk for a moment about fear, that feeling that can sometimes hold you back. It can feel like more than just an emotion. It can feel like something that limits you, dictates decisions, steals enjoyment from moments, and keeps you from doing things you might otherwise want to do. Fear has a lot of forms. Fear of failure can stop you from even trying something new. Fear of rejection can keep you from being vulnerable with others. Fear of the future can leave you feeling stuck. Fear of judgment can make you hide parts of who you really are. Fear can feel very convincing, very real. It can show up physically too, tightness in your chest, a racing heart. It can feel like being trapped. But here is something important: fear, while a normal human emotion, does not have to be the dominant force guiding your life. Fear is a natural response, but it is not the only response available to you. There are other things that can be just as real, maybe even more real: courage, connection, clarity. These are not things you have to manufacture out of nothing. They can be cultivated, practiced, and strengthened over time. Real freedom often comes when you start to recognize fear for what it is: a feeling, often based on uncertainty or past experiences, rather than an absolute truth about what will happen. When you can name fear, acknowledge it, but not let it completely control your choices, that is when things can start to shift. One of the most powerful tools against fear is connection. Feeling cared for, feeling like you are not alone. Even when fear is loud, Fear often thrives in isolation, in uncertainty, in feeling like you are facing things completely on your own. But a sense of connection, of being cared for, of not being alone, can help quiet some of that fear. Connection does not eliminate fear instantly, but it can change your relationship with it. Feeling cared for can soften the fear of being abandoned. Feeling like there is a plan, even if you cannot see all of it, can soften the fear of the unknown. Connection does not have to coexist forever with overwhelming fear. Over time, it can help fear take up less space. When you feel surrounded by support, encouragement, and a sense of being cared for, fear tends to lose some of its grip. In moments of anxiety, it can help to remind yourself that you are not facing things entirely alone, that there is support available, even if it does not solve everything immediately. So today, here is something to consider. Try to gently loosen your grip on some of the anxious thoughts you have been holding onto tightly. Try to open up a little to the possibility of courage, support, and calm. Stepping away from fear's grip, even gradually, is possible. You are capable of more freedom than fear sometimes lets you believe. I see you standing at a crossroads, my child. The path forward feels unclear, and you might feel a bit stuck because of the fear of making the wrong choice. The decision weighing on you might be about your career, your family, your finances, or your future. The world offers a lot of conflicting advice. Your own mind might go back and forth. You might feel overwhelmed and just want someone to tell you clearly what to do. You might wish for some obvious sign, something undeniable, pointing you in the right direction. The pressure to get it right can feel intense, because it might seem like one wrong choice could mess everything up.